Yes, because I'll feel it. Yeah, just leave it there. However it come out is however it comes out.
Dixie.
Yep, just leave it. Okay. After I say it, you're good. You almost caught me. So, happy Wednesday, winning Wednesday. On Real Talk with Reese. We're back, we're back, we're back. I am so off centered. And let me tell you why I'm so off centered today. Like, I got to keep it so real. Okay. So, I don't know how this happened, but for some reason, I have some type of sinus infection. I don't know how. I like some kind of sinus infection. It has made me like people must went the wrong way. uh, in some kind of way, my face keeps swelling up. My eyes are. I wake up every day with a different ailment, and this is I've never had ever had any type of sinus infection in my entire life. No allergies, anything like that. So I am really tripping. I had to figure out what was going on. But listen, I make it happen because what Real Talk with Reese does is we show up, baby, no matter what. So that's what I'm doing tonight. No matter what, we're showing up because we have super, super, super great information tonight. It's going to be a vibe. We're going to talk about self care, and we have the phenomenal Dr. Watkins with us. So you already know, hey, girl, hey, that is going to be a phenomenal show. So we're going to talk about self care. And I do want to mention that I know that there's no self care, there's various ways to take care of yourself. There's various things in the world that you can do because self care is different from everyone. But the important thing is to give yourself permission to slow down, breathe, and take care of the person you live with every day. So that's really important. Guess who the person you live with every day? It's you. So every day, like that is the point of self care. Slow down, breathe, and then take care of yourself. You are the one that you live with every day. So you are the most important person in your life. Did you realize that? You're the most important person. So we're going to talk about self-care. We're going to talk about fitness and health. And we have the perfect person with us today, Dr. Watkins, to talk about that. And then we're going to do a couple hot topics. But I have to say this real quick because it's on my mind and I'm not letting it go. And it's something that has been going viral. And I'm gonna speak my mind about this real quick. And the show right before my show today with that James has with his awesome co-host Kat is that they were talking about it earlier and it has driven me crazy. And I'm thinking this is part of self-care because she did not take care of herself. If you saw that fight with Egypt, which is Tresh and Pepper from Salt and Pepper's daughter, she had that fight and she got in a ring with a two-time gold Olympic medalist. Okay, and she's a girl that has never fought in her life. She was a singer. She got in the ring and got knocked out. It was so dangerous. Everybody's been talking and making fun of her. And I just have to say this. It wasn't funny. And I think that something should be done about that because that girl could have died in that ring. She's fighting a gold medal Olympian, okay, that won. And she's just a girl off the street. That's like me getting in the ring. Now, if I got in there, I would have went down just for the money on the first in the first round. And I would have been like, she would have pinched me and I would have fell out, right? But anyway, I just have to state this. We'll talk about this another day. We could talk about this later after the show, DMs, whatever. But I do not agree with it. And it's not funny that that girl got knocked out like that because she could have actually died. That's dangerous. So I had to speak my piece on that because that has been going all over the place. And I know James talked about that on his show earlier. But that's my piece. That is dangerous and that is not self-care. And if that was my daughter, I would have been like the crazy mother that jumped in the ring to stop the fight because like her husband influenced her to do something that she wasn't ready for. So I believe that Trish and Peppa are responsible too. That's my take on it because they shouldn't have let their daughter get in there and get knocked out. And she could have really died, you guys. This like going all over, she could have really died. And that is not really taking care of yourself. That's her jumping in thinking she can go in the gym and all of a sudden she's a boxer. That doesn't happen. That's just like transforming your body. People think that they can go to the gym for 2 days and then wonder why they don't have abs. It takes time to get yourself in shape and ready for something. But I had to throw that in there. And anybody in the audience, you have any comments or anything you want to talk about? If we have time, we'll talk about it at the end. But I had to say that because I think that's important. That's dangerous. That was very, very dangerous. So that's just a little real talk with Reese, little snippet there. Let's get into self care. Okay. So, Dr. Watkins, you look amazing. I have to tell you that. Like, I really, really know. I know one thing that I'm really curious about is that you have been working out every day for 14, I think this might be 15 weeks this week. I'm not sure. I think 15 weeks. And you have been working out like crazy. I mean, you have been just so dedicated. But then you get on here tonight and your hair is like, nobody would know that. And so I was like, that's a self-care tip because I had a lot of people asking me, like, you keep on telling us that you're working out, but then we see your hair is always together. And that is a big thing that keeps women out of the gym, right? A lot of women won't go to the gym just because they don't feel like their hair's gonna be messed up. I'm good. They're gonna feel like their hair's not gonna look good, and so they don't want to work out. What do you do as um a self-care practice for your hair? Like how are you working out every day and then you can jump on here tonight after you've worked all day as well?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because, like, especially in our community with our women, um, a lot of women will skip the gym because they don't want to sweat or mess their hair up. And honestly, back in the day, I would have made fun of them or been critical, but now I understand because sometimes our hairstyles are very expensive. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm wearing a sew-in. Okay, so guys, if you want to get in the gym and you don't have to worry about washing your hair all the time, and my hair is natural. So for me to go to the gym with just my natural hair out, it will be a lot of work. Trying to wash it and blow dry it and style it every single day. I mean, if I wanted to wear it in an afro, it wouldn't be very much, but I prefer to wear my hair in a different style. So I have a sew-in, Reese, and what I do is um, I I have a couple products. So I have a rinse that I use that I kind of go through the tracks and I put on my scalp. And
Hmm.
then I have a spray. It's like a hair deodorizer so that there's no sweaty, smelly sprays. Because, I still have to live life. I'm still around patients every day. Some of us, if we're dating, you don't want to smell sweaty. So keeping your hair deodorized and keeping your scalp deodorized is actually a good way. But I think a sew-in is a good way. Also, I used to do wigs sometimes because you could just take that off your head, wash your hair, braid it back down, and you're fresh and ready to go every day for the gym. Um, yeah. What do you think of that?
I think it's awesome. I would definitely try something like a sew-in. I probably wouldn't do a wig, but I would definitely do a sew-in. If anybody knows Reese, I am like I have a hair addiction. Like I'm addicted to my hair being great all the time. It's just a thing. That's just my little my little niche. But I have an amazing hairstylist, and that's really how I do it because a lot of people are like your hair is short. You can do that. You have to train it. I want to keep it real. I don't want you to think you can go cut your hair off and still work out and your hair is gonna be the bomb. No, it's probably not. I actually have get my hair done almost every week, and my hair is trained. So that's why I can do that. But trust me, by Sunday, I'm ready to go back to the hairdresser because I decided it was more important for me to start worrying about my health more than worrying about my appearance with my hair. So if it gets really bad, guess what? I have a really cute hat that I got custom made, a couple of them. I got some cute Nike hats. You go run TJ Maxx or whatever, but you just have to stay ready. But don't let your hair stop you from your health goals because
No, please
it's
don't.
we do that, and I was a victim of that. So I changed my goals because it's way more important for me to get my health totally aligned with my mindset and how I want to move in the future. And I want to look good. I want to feel good. So that's pretty much what I did. Thank you for sharing that because you look awesome. I like. I
Thank you.
personally I like the sew in better.
I do too. I did the wig for so long, and now it's time for the sew in. I do miss being able to take it on and off. But I get it. Another thing I'll say about sew ins, I'll get it taken out like every 3 to 4 weeks so that I
Okay.
can wash my hair, condition my hair. Because just because you got a sew in your head, ladies, does not mean that you could just forget about your hair for the next 8 months. Like
No, please
our
don't.
culture, we're also guilty of that. Oh, my hair is done forever. No, you still have to maintain and my hair is under this hair. Okay, so
Okay.
that's another thing too. But looking good is important. We want to look good too. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
So I want to do a little trivia with you. And
Okay.
audience, you could tap in and make your comments as well. But I want to do a little trivia, just a couple questions. So, what simple activity has been scientifically shown to reduce stress hormones in as little as 10 minutes? What do you think that answer is?
Well, I know it has to be some type of exercise. Exercise is great for reducing stress, like quick. It could be different types. Like me personally, right now, I'm into a more of a CrossFit style exercise. Lifting heavy weights, running, rowing, kettlebells, things like that. Box jumping, pull ups. I'm into that type of thing. But I mean, you could go take a walk. You could walk for 10 minutes near a lake. You could, if you're a runner, run. You know what? You could, if you have stairs in your house, guys, you could just go up and down your stairs, put your headphones on, put some good music on, and walk up and down your stairs for 10 to 20 minutes. We can get really creative with it. It doesn't have to be in a gym all the time. Because Reese, actually, for about the first 10 years that I was in health and fitness, like in my own personal life, I was very opposed to a gym. I grew up with a dad who bodybuilded, but he built himself a gym at home. So I was used to seeing people work out at home. So
Okay.
I was working out at home. I was using the Body app, and they had over 1,000 workouts, and I would just pick something and do it, follow a program. But this year I made a decision. Actually, December 1st, I made a decision to go to the gym. Because for me, what happened, Reese, is self care for me was a decision to go to the gym because I was waking up some days I was doing the home workout, some days I was letting my emotions talk me out of it. And so I thought,
Mhm.
okay, I need to get some accountability and I need to go pay somebody some money. So I know, because as much as I pay for the gym, I'm definitely going to be at the gym
That's
Monday through.
motivation.
I do not miss a single class.
I love that. I love that. But when you spend money, that's just like when people look for a coach or you want to elevate and they say you need to spend money in
Yeah.
order for you to like really stay dedicated. That's true. Because when you spend money on something, you don't want to waste your money. So you literally, and I'm sorry, nothing against anything with Planet Fitness, but people say, well, I spend money at Planet Fitness, it's $20 a month, and sometimes it's 10. You don't, you won't do that. But when you pay some real money for a trainer or go to the gym, you will get dedicated. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
because you know what? Here's a saying that my coach used to say all the time. When people don't pay, they don't pay attention.
Hmm.
They don't. If something's
It's true.
free, when something comes easy like that, you're like, it's only $20. It's only $20. It's only $10. And then another thing too is investing in yourself is a point of self-care.
Big
We
time.
have to invest in ourselves. You know, there was a
Mhm.
time when I would say, "Oh, getting something like this costs so much money. Why would I spend the money on it?" Because when I take the time to make myself look the way I want to look and feel the way I want to feel, it makes me greater in every other aspect of my life. But I have to invest. We got to invest in ourselves. Yeah.
Yes. Great, great, great information. And
Mhm.
it's true. I mean, anytime I spend money on it, it's gonna be something I'm gonna stick to it. Next question, true or false? Getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep is considered one of the most important forms of self care for adults.
That's true. And I don't, you know me. I do.
Yes, I do.
I don't play when it comes to sleep. Tonight I'm up a little earlier because I'm on this show, but I meal prep. I do what I have to do. I get home and about 8:39, it's lights out. Cause I'm up at 4 a.m. to hit the gym. So I don't need to be up all night long. I think it's very important. It's so many people that are walking around sleep deprived. It's so many men and women that are living on energy drinks and some form of some pill
So
or
true.
something that they're taking. And you know what I've noticed? I know we're talking about health and fitness. You will notice if you just miss 1 or 2 nights of good quality sleep, you'll be puffier, you will look more bloated. You won't look as I will say you won't look as clean and defined as you will. Like you can be dehydrated. Like uh, sleep does a lot for us. So getting the adequate amount of rest. Also, you can't wake up and show up as your best self if you're groggy, tired. That type of thing.
Absolutely. It affects your energy. So if
It does.
you're just slacking all day, and I mean that really does nothing for your life. It's That's self-care. And that's, I think we talked about this on the last show. Just being prepared is self-care.
Hmm.
Preparation is the key to everything for self-care.
Yeah.
Everything. Being able to meal prep so that you won't get off track with your healthy eating habits, because it's so easy to go through the day and just grab a bag of chips if you don't already have that container of fruit or a healthy snack with you. So it's much better to have preparation and sleep. And I have to say, I was one of those people that thought they can run off of 4 hours of sleep, and I'm like, I don't need that much sleep. I don't need that much sleep. But as I have gotten a little bit older, just a little, I noticed that I need more sleep. And
That's
also, when I decided to get really serious about my goals, I required sleep. I required sleep because I felt better. I was more motivated when I got up. I didn't wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like getting up. I'm jumping up because I had enough rest. Now let's get this day started. Like that's what sleep does for me. So thank you for that.
absolutely. I love my.
So So, name one activity that helps release endorphins. And what endorphins are is the body's natural feel good chemical. What is one activity that will help us release those endorphins?
You know what? I won't go the exercise route. Laughter. Spend
Uh,
time laughing with a friend.
yes,
Or what put on if you don't have friends around, because some people don't have friends and some people are by themselves a lot. Put on something funny. A funny movie, a funny song, dancing. You know what I do sometimes? Sometimes I put on music. This is so important for women. You should have different types of music, right? I've got music that I put on where like I really want to move my hips and it's like sensual almost. That is so necessary for women. Okay.
absolutely.
And then I got just fun music, right? But
Mhm.
dancing around your house or dancing with people, friends, that's another way to release endorphins.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love to laugh. Laughter is healing. It's very healing. One of
Very.
the things when I'm coaching, and I tell people one simple thing you do, if you cannot get out of a bad mood or really get yourself going, either lay back down and get some more rest and wake up, with a better attitude, or put the music on and vibe out. It really does help you mentally, feeling the vibrations, because vibrations definitely boost your energy and your frequency. So
You
great
know what?
question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dr. Watkins.
No, 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 no. And go to the next question. You're good.
Okay. So let's see. The next question. The funny thing is, you want to know what the next question was? The
But
next question was that you already answered. It was going to be true or false. It's laughing can actually reduce stress and improve your mood. So you
yes,
already were on it. So that was the next question. So that was
it can. Laughter can. You know, and I'll say this point, what I was going to say a minute ago. What I have done before in my life in times that were really hard, and I'm like, "Ugh, I just couldn't laugh, and I just, whatever. I would just sit and force my face into a smile, like just, grit my teeth, make myself smile. That changes your brain chemistry. It starts the endorphins to flowing. Because the cool thing about our brain is our brain doesn't know if it's actually happening or if it's imagined. So I try to change my thoughts. I try to think about what I want versus what I don't want. Because a lot of us spend time in our minds, we
so
beat ourselves up in our head. We're always thinking about what we don't want, what we could have done, what we should have said, instead of thinking forward to what I want, how I'm going to handle this later. And so I've started doing that. And I'll sit with my journal and I have a very vivid imagination. I'll create these scenarios where everything just works out and everything's amazing. Yeah.
that's important. Is that every day I start my day, and this has helped me a lot. I mean, big time with seeing my having progress in my life and being able to motivate myself is starting my day with positive affirmations, but also visualizing. That's the biggest key, because think about this: when you were a kid, what did you do a lot? You imagine. You had an imagination. You had these big dreams. And you were like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a comedian, or I want to be a doctor. And hello there.
Hey, red dude. I can't read that. Hi, how are you?
Glad to have you on tonight. If you have a
Yes.
question about any self care tips, let us know.
Yep.
And glad to have all of you guys here tonight. I'm really appreciative of you joining tonight. And have any questions, let us know, because we stay ready here. But I like to start off and look in the mirror. This is one of my self care tactics. It's looking in the mirror and looking at and saying what I am. And I do, I am powerful. I am amazing. And one of the things I do all the time, hey, Kat, is that because this is important, I'm visualizing myself looking the way I want to look at the end of my fitness journey. Now, my fitness journey, I want to clarify, it's going to be a lifelong journey for me. I've made a decision to stop working out, losing the 20 pounds, and then I'm like, okay, I look good. I can get in my jeans and I'm done. This is a lifetime fitness practice that I'm going to do forever because it makes me feel good. It's not about the genes for me. It's about my health and how I feel and looking in the mirror, and I can love myself. So looking in the mirror every morning, visualizing myself looking good on stage, giving my TED talk.
Oh my God, I feel like we have kind of the same vision.
Really? Oh, well, yeah, I can
Yes.
believe that.
I'm always giving my TED talk in my vision.
Always. And that's what you need to do. That's self-care too. Like you visualize and you do that every day and you see the end. Don't see the beginning. See the end. See
Yeah.
yourself at the end of your goal. And then every day you'll keep working towards it. So that was a great tip.
Oh, absolutely. Visualization is so important because remember what I said, the brain doesn't know if it's happening, has happened, or if it's real or imagined. You just have to put yourself in the state of it.
Absolutely.
Mo Rizzy one says, I love it. Maximum
Oh,
effort.
oh,
Yes.
Mo, thank you for joining. You know who Mo is? That's Mo,
Mo
who
who?
was Tamika's 50th birthday.
Oh, Mo. Okay. I have no clue. But yep,
You
I remember.
you absolutely do. You absolutely do.
Hi, Mo.
She was the funniest one there.
I
So
remember.
I know you do, because we're gonna go visit her in Florida. Anyway,
Yay.
and congratulations on your new comedy journey, Mo. I know you're a busy, busy woman. So for you to tune in tonight to Real Talk to Reese is definitely appreciate it. And good evening, Jonathan, as well. Okay, so listen, I would like to know this, Dr. Watkins. I am a person that used to, and I know you're gonna not be happy about this, but I'm gonna be honest. I would take 5 hour energy drink a lot. And then I realized I did I know I have to be honest because I wanted in my mind, I was like, she said pink boots and it's so funny. I would take it and in my mind, I already had some sleep, but I think it becomes a mental thing. And this is something I want people to be aware of as that I'm going to get ready to walk in the gym, drink my 5 hour, and now I'm going, and I'm going, and I'm going, but I know that's not something I want to live off of, take every day. So when I implemented more sleep, I stopped using it because I made myself. But some people have a tough time, a really tough time. People that sleep all the time. I naturally have a lot of energy anyway. What about the people who don't have a lot of energy and they get their sleep? Is there a healthy energy boost or something that people can do to increase their energy?
I would think if somebody is low energy, there's no way they're getting all the sleep they need. If they're sleeping all, let's say somebody who sleeps all, because I know people, or I've known in my life people who would sleep all day, lay around all day. That person is usually dealing with some underlying depression or something like that. So I've never seen, I don't know of a healthy person who gets enough sleep and still doesn't have energy without there being something wrong with them, mentally or physically. Something's not right there. Um, because that shouldn't be. We shouldn't have to rely on something for energy. We really shouldn't. Our bodies make ATP all the time from the. I'll say this: if somebody is low energy and they don't know why and they are getting sleep, they need to look at their diet because the way we eat in America, you know, the standard American diet, right? SAD, SAD. It stands for SAD. The standard American diet is processed food. I look at some of the kids. I used to teach for 10 years before I got into this career. And I would look at some of the kids. They would wake up in the morning, their parents would feed them a bowl of sugary cereal, right? Then they're eating school lunch, which was trash, and they're eating little snack cakes and chips all day. You haven't actually had any food or nutrients. If you're waking up in the morning and you're living off Starbucks, then you're grabbing a donut, then for lunch you're eating fast food, and then you're having some chips or snacks throughout the day, then you come home for dinner and you're ordering out, you probably actually haven't had any food. So you have to feed your body on a cellular level. Like your body uses amino acids, things like that, to build your body. Like right now, there's no way I could live off McDonald's and be lifting in the gym like that every day. My body would have nothing to build on. So I think, Tanya, a lot of times people are consuming things and their stomach might feel full, but they haven't actually had any real food. So I think we got to look at something simple. You shouldn't need to take something for energy. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Yeah.
Okay. That's a good point.
But I have to say this, there comes a point too when you start taking things like that you will develop maybe a little bit of an addiction. So I'll speak on my own personal. So for a while, I tried this energy drink. I won't say the name because they're not paying me. But if they want to
Not
pay me, I'll
yet.
say the name. Want to pay me, I'll say the name. Anyways, but I started drinking this very popular energy drink. I started
Mhm.
drinking it because it tasted good. And I didn't realize there was 400 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Oh,
400,
that's a
yes,
lot.
yes. And so I was very sensitive to it, and I noticed like I was having one every day, but I like didn't get sleepy for 8 days. I was like, oh, that's really weird. That's how much, because I wasn't a coffee drinker, so it was a lot. But when I tried to come off of those things, oh my God, I went from here to like crashing. So if somebody is trying to come off of them, you gotta like wean off. You can't just like go cold turkey. I mean, you can, but it's not gonna feel great.
No,
So
it's
eat
not.
quality food and go to sleep.
That's good because that was a great tip. I took that tip and that was a big change for me because learning that you can eat. People, we have this myth that we can't eat. Don't eat, like, eat little bitty portions of food all day, and then that's how you lose weight. And the key is not eating little portions of food. It is cutting out the processed food, and you can eat as much as you want to a certain degree so you get full if it's real food. I took
Yeah.
that tip. I took that tip from you actually. And I think
I,
it's
I mean,
really
I'm
important.
enjoying for the first time. I'm doing body recomp, so I'm doing a lot of weights,
Mhm.
lifting heavy weights, and I'm probably eating more food than I've ever eaten before. But my body's getting smaller, and
Yeah.
I'm losing fat, not muscle, which is the problem with the popular weight loss drug that we might want to talk about.
Well, let's talk about that because the reason why that's I was listening to the Ricky Smiley show this morning,
Hmm.
and they have, oh gosh, I wish I remember his name because he's really good. They have a doctor that comes on every Wednesday, and you can ask him any kind of health question. And today, it was like 3 or 4 questions about the weight loss pill or the shots. And there's so many variations. I'm not going to say the names, but we all know what the different shots are. They have so many now. And he was saying that you will lose weight really, really fast with the shot. Because what it does is the chemical in the shot targets the hormones that make you hungry. So it stops you from being hungry, according to what he said this morning. But what he said is the problem, and I would love for you to talk about this, is people are losing weight, but they're losing muscle and not fat. And so if you see people, and I've seen a lot of people that have drastic weight loss, I see a lot of people, and they look saggy. They lose the weight. They just don't. Not everybody. I'm just not going to make that a generalized statement, but a lot of people, you can tell like they're not toned because they're losing weight so fast, and they fit in the jeans, but I don't know that gluteus maximum is a little droopy. I
um, so I will say
said
this.
maximum maximus. Sorry.
Okay, so I have to start at the beginning to even talk about this. Okay, so here in America, the problem is everybody wants to lose weight. Okay, well,
Mhm.
you might say, well, they need to lose weight. So the approach I take now is I don't think about losing anything, I think about gaining. We should stop trying to lose weight. What do you need to do so that your body can be at optimum health? This is literally the only way you can stay on earth is to live in your body. If you don't take care of your body, you have to leave earth. So we should be more focused on the health of our body. And so I'm talking to me too, because in the past I've been so guilty of, oh, I have this cruise coming up. Oh, I got this wedding coming up. I want to get into these jeans. I want to wear this dress. I want to do this thing. And so what do? We slash our calories super low
Mhm.
and we exercise and we over exercise, right? Well, what that does is it sets you up for failure, a cycle of failure. Because how long, any diet, let's take the low carb diet, which I personally hate. How long can you go without eating a piece of bread, drinking milk, having a potato? Cutting out whole food groups like that is not a good idea. Okay. And
Okay.
because number one, it's not sustainable. So all the people taking the shot or the pill, great. But as soon as they stop taking it and that stimulus is not there for, getting rid of the hunger hormone, they're going to gain the weight back. Now, let me tell you why they're going to gain more weight back. Your skeletal muscle is responsible for your basal metabolic rate, right? That's how many calories your body burns at rest. Okay.
Okay.
If let's say a woman has 130 pounds of muscle mass, okay, so she needs to be eating enough protein to protect that muscle. um, and if not, that's why you see women that go to the gym and all of a sudden you notice that their breasts go flat, their
Mhm.
butt gets a little flatter. So I've been in the gym for 14, this is 15 weeks, and I've lost fat off my back, but the cup size of my bra has not changed. I've not lost my breast. I have not lost my butt. because I'm eating in such a way to protect those fat stores that are supposed to be there as a feminine woman. Because women need those. Not only do they
Mhm.
just look good, but it's just a feminine thing. So cutting your calories too low like that, you're gonna set yourself up for failure, and that's what these people are doing. And there's no research on what those drugs are gonna. Yep, yep. Jonathan said it. The Ozempic face. Um, and the reason why they have the Ozempic face because they're losing all the fat pockets in their face.
That's what it is. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
and they
They
look like
okay.
almost like skeletons. Like fat is a beautiful thing. It pads you. Fat gives you a youthful, round appearance. We don't want too much to be
Mhm.
unsightly, but you don't want to be under. Do you know what I mean? Because that doesn't look good either. Honestly, I'll let you jump in here too, Tanya. You know how I feel about the weight loss drugs and pills. The journey that I'm taking and the things that you're going to learn about yourself and the person that you will meet in the mirror, if you shortcut or sidestep that by taking a shot or a pill, you're going to miss the entire journey. And the journey is the destination.
That is exactly what it I think that why I'm really enjoying losing weight, and I don't feel like it's not about me losing the weight. It's actually about me getting healthy and looking better. Yes, I want to look better. I'm not gonna listen. We got to keep it real. Of course, I want to look in the mirror and like what I see, but I want
Right.
to like what I see now. I think that's very important. I like what I see now. I just wanted to get better. I want to be able to wear the things that I want to wear, but I also want to feel better. I want to feel better. I have a lot of things going on. So the journey for me now is the gratification every time I complete my workout. When I get done doing my workout, I'm like, I'm gonna sit up, I'm like, I did it. Like I feel good. My energy level is up because I said I was gonna do 30 minutes and I did 60 minutes. I mean the whole time I'm in there, I usually listen to some motivational some podcast or something in my ear, but
Yeah.
it's just feels good when you're completing something and you're doing it for myself. It's the self-care, which is what we're talking about tonight. Self care is making sure that you're taking care of myself. Health is wealth. Because guess what? If you're not here, you can't spend that money. People are so focused on money, 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 but they're forgetting about the health. And if that healthy journey feels good, it feels good. We got to keep you feel so much better. And so it's not about how many pounds I drop. I'm not even rushing to lose weight. I am feeling good as I do it, and I'm changing who I am. Mentally, I'm sitting there going, I can do it. I'm seeing myself complete things. I'm seeing myself feel better and then shaping up and realizing I did that myself. And I'm not judging anyone for any of their weight loss regimens and how they want to get their weight loss is fine. But I do feel like and I know for myself, it feels good to be on that journey. It feels good to be actually completing something that I would put my mind to. And I did it myself. Well, I didn't do it myself. I did it myself because I did the activity, but also I have people that I surround myself to help me keep me motivated. And I think that's important too. Like having an accountability partner is really good in helping you reach your goals.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just as you go, if like, and I always tell people this, we live in a world where I want it now, I want it yesterday, I want it fast, how quick can I get it? And I want it with no effort, right?
Mhm.
The truth is, as you're taking your journey, if you do the real actual work, you're building your confidence, and it's not even about the outcome, it's about the person that you become as you're building.
Yeah,
And if you take a shortcut, you're gonna not meet that person. You know,
that's
it.
so
it
good.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they wanted to rush. They want to get this done. Want to get this done. I just wanted to be done before I start. And I told them, in life, let's say you're at point A, but you want to get to point B. There are certain things that you need to gather at point A for the journey to point B and things that you're going to need at point B to remain there. So people are so quick to get somewhere, but it's not about getting there, it's about can you remain? Because America is great at losing weight. We don't have a losing weight problem. We have a keeping weight off and maintaining it problem.
And that's
Losing weight is
because,
not the problem.
right, that's
Yeah,
true. That's very true. It's
it's
very,
not.
I always say the blessing is in the lesson and the journey because so many things create and shape you for who you are, the good
Yeah.
and the bad. Like when you go through I believe that everything is for your for your purpose so that you can get to your purpose.
Right.
So me having grief and going through all of that and just being sad and kind of being down made me pick myself up by starting to want to get in the gym. That was one of the things that I did to help myself. So by me getting into the grief led me to the gym. Now the gym is moving me towards my greatness. I got something out of the bad place, but I had to go through that in order to get to the good place. And I think you're right. That's the part that people miss. It's the journey. The journey is the most beautiful thing about success. It's not about, oh my gosh, I became a millionaire. It is how did the journey of getting there is the most beautiful thing and the most wonderful thing, being able to look back at where you were and where you are now, and then how did you get there? So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And so that's one of the things, I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb because I just realized it wasn't. That's one of the things that has become very apparent to me because when I
mhm.
first before I really started, one of the other doctors I work with was like, well, we have this weight loss program here, and you could take this or that or whatever. And at first I considered it, and then I thought, why would I do that? That's for someone who hasn't made the mental hasn't reached a mental understanding of how life works. Taking shortcuts and cutting corners and having something be done for you just robs you of the ability to actually know how to do it. So, and then I would say, just for women, Tanya, especially in our like 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, we need to start thinking about longevity. Ladies, hear me. You need to pick up a weight, a very heavy one, and start lifting it because you have got to build and maintain your skeletal muscle throughout your life. That is the fountain of youth. It's going to keep you looking good. It's going to keep you um, feeling good. And also, it's going to help you fight disease. So, a lot of diseases start when people don't have enough skeletal muscle mass.
Okay.
Dementia, weakness, broken
Mm.
hips, diabetes, things like that. That's the best thing a person with diabetes can do is to start lifting weights.
Wow,
Because, yeah,
that's. Mm.
yeah.
Can you give us a person that's never lift weights? What are some tips for how you can start getting into that cannot maybe right now get a personal trainer? What do you think they should start with?
Oh, okay. I mean, you don't need a personal trainer right now. We live in the information age. I would say hop on YouTube, find this things I used to do in my apartment when I was in college. I'd find a video of somebody with, I have hand weights in my house, or you could get the Bowflex dumbbells that go
Mm.
all the way up to 50 pounds. Start simply. And that's another thing I'll say in this country, people want to be there. Oh, I want to be at the top. Like to get at the top, you have to start climbing down here. So it's okay to be at the bottom. Start with 5 pound weights, 10 pound weights, 20 pound weights. Pump them up and down. While you're watching TV, when the commercials come on. Do some bicep curls, push them overhead. There's only so many things you need to do. You only need like 8 or 9 different exercises to hit all your muscle groups. So it doesn't have to be complicated. They can start simply. I don't know if you remember, but back when I was a kid, I would see women using soup cans to like lift. You remember that?
No, I don't remember soup cans, but
Well, okay. So I grew up with a dad
I
who was
saw things like that, and like Well,
Yeah.
actually, I just had a memory of my son when he was 9 months, and that's how I knew he was going to be super strong at 9 months. And I know my mother remembers, and he was walking around with these big cans, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's going to be super strong." But anyway, that vision just popped up in my head. But no, no, I don't remember soup cans, but
Well, I used to see it when I was a kid, and so um, I started working out really when I was a kid. But I used to
Mhm.
do these workouts, home workouts with Denise Austin. Do you remember Denise Austin? I don't know if you ever heard of her.
Yes, yeah,
She used to talk about using soup cans. She's like, if you don't have a weight, just grab a
that's
can of
cool.
soup or grab something out of your cupboard. So I didn't have any weights when I was a kid. So I would go grab the soup cans and start using them.
Yes.
You could do air squats, just drop down into a squat 5 or 10 times. It's not gonna be perfect the first time you do it, but it's gonna be enough to signal to your body like, hey, something's changing. And then as you start little bits, it'll grow into something more because for years, I feel like for years I've been working towards where I am now, to where it's like I'm full blown in the gym, I'm doing the thing, like, but it took me time to get here. I didn't just go, oh, I'm gonna start doing that. Like, no, it took me time.
It's good. So much. That was really important information, um, because I never knew. I mean, I found out by having discussions with you about it. So I've been enjoying lifting weights now. However, I used to lift weights just because I thought I would tone myself up more. But knowing that there are things that it can really increase your health, like dementia and diabetes, like we really need to get this out to the community because how many, I mean, in our community, diabetes is running rampant. I mean, every time you talk to somebody, they either have diabetes, high blood pressure.
Yeah,
So this is really important for them to know,
very
like just
important.
something like lifting weights can help you.
Yeah, definitely. Um, we have to take care of our skeletal muscles because think about it. When I do this, it's because my muscle pulled my bone up. So if my muscle can't signal to my brain to tell my arm to, how are you gonna, you're gonna lose mobility. You know what I mean? It's gonna give you better mobility. You're gonna look better. You're going to be healthier, and also it's gonna regulate our hormones. You
Mm.
have a better hormone profile.
Oh, so many of my
Ladies,
friends
run.
going
I don't
through
care if you don't have any
menopause right
weight.
now.
Run out tonight, knock somebody in the head, grab theirs out of their hand, and start lifting them. That's how important it is. You cannot wait another day.
All right, y'all heard that. Oh, get your water in. Okay. Oh, this is really, 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 really important because this drives me crazy. I have so many. I hear one way and then hear another way. Water. So I've heard a lot of times, that we already made up of water, right? But however, I'm hearing that you can drink too much water. What do you feel about drinking too much water? Is that really a true statement where you could drink so much water that you're actually starting to put on weight?
I don't think it's about putting on weight. I've heard of people flushing too much. So you got to think about, how can I say this simply? You can drink too much water. I don't think
I
most people
thought
are
so.
in any danger of doing that at all. I don't think anybody's in any danger of doing that. Um, but you just have to think about how the cells balance.
Hmm.
So you can drink too much water. Some people can push the right nutrients out by drinking too much water. But I would say what's safe is about an ounce for every pound that you weigh.
Okay, an ounce for every
Nobody's going to
pound.
drink too much water. I don't really think people are going to drink too much water.
Well, it depends on they. It's just like run into some of these weight loss pills or shots you have. I've literally saw people say, well, you need to drink 3 or 4 gallons of water a day, and they think they're going to lose weight just because they're drinking water and they're not eating. So I mean, that's why I came up, because I've literally been told so many times, drink more water and you're going to naturally lose weight. That's not true. Because I drink water all day. But I've always been a water person.
I think I would have to have a show where we explain that because that's a deeper subject to explain. But I don't think that's true.
Okay.
Nobody should be drinking 4 gallons of water a day unless they weigh that much. You know,
Yeah. Okay.
staying hydrated is important. You know what though? Um, hydration. A good hydrator is coconut water. Because when you think about hydration, you got to think about the electrolytes. Like this is not just water. I use an electrolyte. It's a packet. It doesn't have
Hmm.
any calories or sugar or anything. It's flavored. It's watermelon and mint, and I just
Okay.
dump it in. I swirl it around, and that's what I'm sipping on. It's not just plain water. You can even just add some sea salt to your water if you don't have electrolytes, because
Oh,
that's gonna,
okay.
yeah, because you have to hydrate the cell, but the water has to have something to pull it in. So put a little bit, couple pinches of sea salt in your water.
Okay. Cool. It does some skincare. I mean, some skincare. So skincare is really, how about eating too much ice? Really, really, Jonathan?
That can kill the nerves in your teeth. He's right about that.
Oh
You
my
see
gosh,
people, ever see people with gray teeth?
don't say
Yeah,
that
it's
because
not good for your teeth.
I eat ice all the time, every day, actually. But I get the soft ice, not the hard, crunchy ice. You know how to soft ice? But they
I
say that
think
means
people
you're
just have a
anemic. I don't
preference
know.
for it.
I
Anemic?
love ice.
Oh,
I know a lot. There's an ice eating community. Okay, I have a lot of people. I know a lot of people that love ice. Okay,
and ice eating. Oh my God.
it is.
Look out the list of the prayer warriors.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? Because I eat ice
Yup.
every day.
It's not normal, but
I was told that was because I was anemic. I don't know.
if I was gonna do it, I would put like crystal light all over it and make it icy. A snow cone.
I'm
I'm
really
giving you
disappointed.
ideas for your
This
ice.
doesn't feel good, but sometimes it doesn't feel good, right? That doesn't feel good to me right now. I'm not happy about that. I
Now I'm
love
saying
ice.
if you take the liquid crystal light, the little flavored stuff, and
Hmm.
sprinkle it on the ice, so at least it has some flavors.
But I'm still eating ice. You
It's
should see
okay.
that.
So it's a low calorie snack.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel when I'm eating ice. I'm like, I'm eating ice so that, honestly, one of the ways I started was so I wouldn't snack. So I'm eating ice and there's no calories in that. And I actually like it. Okay. So it's the only bad thing about eating ice is turning your teeth gray because I don't have that problem.
I've just seen a lot of people have it happen.
Okay. But actually, no, I'm being serious. Is that one of the only, like, well, no, you might not know every single health factor with ice, but it doesn't affect you anywhere. Because I had a friend named Jonathan that told me some crazy stuff that me eating ice all the time would could affect my heart. I'm like, my heart? Like, is that true? Does that make any sense? I think he was just trying to
I've
make me
never
not eat
heard of that.
ice.
I've never heard of that.
That good. But
It's
I'm gonna still
ice.
eat ice.
It's frozen water.
I have a question. And this is for anyone in the audience that wants to chime in and tell us. But what does true peace look like for you in this season of your life? Because I feel like peace is major for self care. What does peace
Wow.
look like for you at this time in your life?
You're asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you or anyone in the audience that wants to.
Wow. I'd love to see some audience members, but I will start answering.
Yes.
So, peace right now, one of the major things that peace looks like for me right now is a complete, total acceptance and allowance for who I am. That has been a major game changer for me. I'm no longer fighting myself. I'm not blaming myself. I'm not regretting myself. I am just in the moment as myself, growing, changing, moving as life moves. Like that has been the biggest, the largest, all encompassing peace that I've ever felt in my life. And also, peace for me now personally looks like doing the things that I know I should do. That
That's
brings
good.
peace. Yes, that brings so much peace.
Yeah. And yeah, anybody else that wants to chime in? What does peace look like? And the reason why I asked that, I was working with some women and we talked about that, and a lot of people didn't even know what peace meant for them. They didn't even understand. And I was like, that's something that you really need to sit down and understand. Like, what does peace look like so that you can obtain it? One of the things that really helped me gain peace when my life would get chaotic, because I we're all human, it happens, right? If the main thing is understanding, it's a mindset, understanding that everything is working out for my good and not losing my mind over things that I may not have been able to control. Um, Everything. So here's an example. I had a time where I was like having some financial issues, financial delays, some financial um, delays, and that what I realized that happened. I am so glad that I had that period of time where my finances weren't where I wanted them to be. They might have been okay for somebody else, but I'm the type of person that wants to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it and have the funds to do it. And and you know what that did for me? It made me grow. And I think that a lot of people need to look at their self and see that sometimes the bad times or the difficult times are to test your strength and show you that you need that pressure to have a different outcome. What that financial strain did to me was allow me, I birthed a business. I birthed a business that I actually became passionate about and really loved. It was therapeutic for me because I was trying to get through and to find a way to have peace. And once I started making my candles, because that was therapeutic, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? And I'm just making candles. And then I realized I can make money. And all of a sudden, I had money flowing in and getting orders. I would have never made those candles. And this is just one little example for people that are going through things and then they get stuck there. They stay in that in the chaos and think that they haven't found their way out. You have to find your peace. Once I realized that I actually birthed something new in my life, and that had I not went through that pain, had I not went through that time where things were difficult for me, I would have elevated my life. My life would have not elevated. I wouldn't have grown and went to a new level. I'm all about new levels. That's what I'm about right now. But finding peace for me is about loving myself, feeling good about what I want to do and not doing anything unless it is something and that makes me happy, not trying to make others happy. And I had filling my cup up and not doing anything for anyone else unless it's running over, period. And being able to just move the way I want to move and just being happy with who I am. That's my peace. And if you're not happy with the person that you see in the mirror, it's going to be kind of hard to have peace. So getting to the point where I can look in the mirror and say, I'm happy where I am right now, and I'm excited to where I'm going brings me peace. And I love the journey. I love the journey. I love the journey that I am on right now. And I can't wait to see the end. Because the end, again, what is my end? Dr. Watkins. What am I working towards? The
Your
same
TED
goal.
Talk.
My TED Talk, being on stage.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but you do have to find your peace, and you got to find ways to have inner peace when things arise. That's a big self-care tactic, and something that you
Mhm.
really, really need to make sure that you know what peace is for yourself. Because sometimes you live in so much chaos, and so we're running around like crazy that we don't even take time to even know what makes you have the peace that you need, because that fuels you. That's important.
Very, very, very. Yeah.
You look peaceful now. Are you peaceful? Are
I
you
am.
sleepy? No, you look great. You know that was an inside joke. I'm joking. You're glowing today, so I love
Ah,
that for you.
you know me. I do not play about bedtime. Bedtime is bedtime.
Jane says she does look beautiful. I mean, peaceful. You do look peaceful. I love it. You're
Yeah.
motivated. You're motivating all of us to get some sleep.
Well, I have my water, my electrolytes, and I try to just sip it throughout the day. I'll try not to chug it, but I drink a little bit more, and then I keep this by my bed at night. And if I wake up, and I'll take a couple sips. But yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. That is so
Hmm.
awesome. I really, really appreciate everything that you talked about tonight. Like I feel like I just had a wealth of knowledge, just learning about, things that I can do for my health that will last a lifetime and keep me here because I'm planning on being here. I got a lot of things to do. Okay. Real
Yes.
Talk with Reese is moving to a whole new level. So I need to get my rest and get these muscles going. And I'm going to give me some weights. I think I'm going to look on Amazon tonight and find me some weights that I can have at home. I do it at the gym, but sometimes you can't get to the gym all the time. So I'm going to make sure I
Right.
grab some weights and because that really makes a lot of sense. I need my mind. I need to not have any if I can prevent any kind of ailments or anything that will slow my health down, I'm definitely gonna do that. So let's get our weights, everybody. I'm gonna do a weights check-in with you guys next week and see who got their weights.
Yes.
Yeah. I see you lifting that. So you said your dad was a bodybuilder. Is that what got you into lifting that? I saw you doing a big dumbbell, like I don't know how many pounds you had on there. Well, I guess that's not a dumbbell. I don't even
A
know what you call it.
barbell?
The barbell. Yes, barbell. I said dumbbell, but
Uh, my dad was a bodybuilder. He's in his 60s now, so he doesn't bodybuild anymore. I mean, he still lifts weights every week and runs,
mm,
but I grew up around it. But I mean, I didn't get into it for a long time
mm,
because I grew up around it. But I mean, I didn't have any of this knowledge back then. I was just watching my dad. Which maybe next time I'll tell the story about my dad because it significantly changed his life in a
wow.
big way. Yeah, it did. So I just grew up watching him do this. So
And one more thing that I wanted to talk about before we get out of here, because I know this is important. It's healing for your mind and it's healing for your body. But breathing, how important is it to do breathing exercises daily for your mind and for your body?
very. Um, we used to do well. I don't do it all the time, but box breathing. Sometimes, like today, I got just tired a bit. So I took time and I made sure I was taking deep breaths and
Mm,
like breathing out, like breathe in for the count of four, hold for four, breathe out for the count of four. That's box breathing. And that's a really simple thing that you can add to your life right now. You can do it anywhere. It's just breathing. Do you know what I mean?
well,
Clear your
yeah,
mind, get more energy. It has different reasons for doing it. There's different uh, reasonings behind it.
okay.
Hmm.
Well, I like to do it if I need to calm down sometimes, like maybe I'm just not in the best place. Breathing is a really good. I do the 4-4-4 method. Breathe in, hold it for four.
Hmm.
Breathe in for four, hold it for four, release it for four. There's also a 4-7-8 method, but just breathing because it makes you slow down. It makes you slow down, concentrate, and reset.
It brings you into the present moment.
Yeah,
That's another really good reason.
it's a good reset.
Hmm.
It's a good reset.
Hmm.
Awesome sauce. Well, I really appreciate you and all your tips today. And anybody before we get out of here tonight want to ask Dr. Watkins a question? Any kind of
Quickly.
health tips that you guys have that you would like? If you would like to get in touch with Dr. Watkins, could you please let them know if they have some questions and they could
Um,
DM you? Where
I'm
can
on
they get that?
Facebook. Well, no,
Mhm.
not on Facebook. You can get me on TikTok. I'm Ari with the Audacity.
All right, with the Destiny. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming to Real Talk with Reese tonight. And we will have this is part 4, and we will have several. I think we have a lot. I'm not even going to say how far this series will go, because there's so many things that we have talked about that we want to discuss on this show. But right
Yep.
now, people had a lot of New Year's resolutions, and everybody's starting the year off, and we just wanted to get into a fitness series and self care, because that is what's going to take you and fuel you into the next level of your life, and it's going to take care of your health, and health is wealth. So y'all want to get to the money. Everybody worried about money. We'll get to the health first, and the money will follow. And always remember that everything is working for your favor. It is working for your good. Anything that's going on in your life is for your good. So relax. You'll get through it. Stay focused. And best thing you can do is love yourself. Peace, y'all. Real Talk with Reese is out. And I appreciate all of you guys tonight.